Talking with the experts.
In episode 361, Millen Livis shares with us her mission to help 1 million women around the world become financially independent.
And strategic investing, why I emphasize the importance of this, includes what I call asset allocation. So you've got to diversify in different assets so you will not lose your short, so to speak, and you will not lose your sleep at night, because that's what happens to some of the women who come to me and they like, I lost all my money in 2008. I was afraid to invest, and it was a great time to invest from 2009 and 10 until last year. So they lost this and they feel like, oh, maybe I should invest right now. And I'm saying at the moment, it's not the right time because we're still on a downward trend.
Welcome to Talking with the Experts. This is where we discuss great ideas to take your business to the next level. How do we know these ideas work? Well, it's because we're talking with business owners who are using these ideas. Business owners who have years of experience and expertise. All things business by business owners for business owners. And now, here is your host, Rose Davidson.
Hello and welcome to Talking with the Experts. I'm your host, Rose Davidson from rosedavidson.com. Talking with the Experts is about all things business by business owners for business owners. You can find it on all good podcasting streaming platforms and on YouTube. And today I'm going to be discussing with my guest, Millen Livis, about going from worrying to winning the money game. And it's based on her talk that she gives, and it's the 4-step holistic system to achieve financial independence and end your money worries forever. Now, Millen is a financial independence mentor, best-selling author, investor, and entrepreneur, graduate of the acclaimed Wharton Business School, holder of a master's degree in physics, certified NLP practitioner and certified instant miracle energy healer. Oh, I like that. And she combines her traditional and holistic education to help professional women become financially independent and retire early so that they enjoy more choices, more freedom without having to worry about money. Oh, wouldn't that be a dream? That's a dream job, I reckon. She does this by using the Millionaire Method, her time-tested holistic system for creating financial independence. She is financially independent for over 10 years now. She's happily remarried and lives in the south of France and southern Florida. Wow, lovely. So winters in Florida and summer in France. What a lifestyle. Love it. Millen, thank you so much for joining me today and welcome.
Thank you so much for having me, Rose. I really appreciate that. And it's a great honor to talk to you and your audience. Thank you so much.
Oh, it's absolutely my pleasure. And tell me, how did you go from being a Wall Street business corporate person to what you're doing now?
Well, it's a very long story, and it's a lot of zigging and zagging, to be honest with you. And a lot of following my intuition. So briefly, I'm a first-generation immigrant from Lithuania in the United States. And I was building my American dream like many people in my country. And I actually accomplished this. I had a beautiful house in the suburbs. I had family. I had prestigious job on Wall Street as an executive. And then I felt that I'm living a very superficial life. I mean, don't ask me why. I guess we all have this moment of truth in life. And I actually realized that I cannot continue any longer just being in a loveless marriage, but financially comfortable, being in a meaningless career, but financially comfortable. So guess what? I walked out of my marriage and I resigned from my career, and I didn't know what else to do. So I applied to this very expensive, prestigious business school, graduated, and to everybody's surprise, didn't go back to corporate and started my real estate investment business. Was doing very well with business partners, and then market crash happened in 2008. my business crashed, and I crashed with the business, became financially broke, became emotionally broken and depressed, on the brink of being suicidal. And that was the moment for me when basically I had to change something. I was fortunate I think by the grace of God, to be introduced to the life coach, who helped me, just in one conversation, helped me to see what was happening in my life from a very different perspective, because I kept saying, I'm such a failure, I'm such a failure. And he said something to me like, failure is not a person. Failure is an experience. It has the beginning and the end. And I was like, it will have the end? He said, absolutely, but you have to change the way you think, the way you perceive things in your life and experiences in your life. So it was very hard for me to make the decision. He said, you have to work with me. And I was like, my first reaction was, I can't afford you. So I had to borrow money from my mother, who was on social assistance, to start working with him. And everything started shifting in my life when I started changing the way I perceive things that were happening. And I started thinking better. I started making better financial decisions. Within few years, I became financially independent, and then published my 2 best-selling books, because I felt pregnant with the information from my personal journey, because this journey included not only learning how to manage money better, learning how to invest better, because I had to study with investment mentors, but also I experienced my personal spiritual awareness. I realized that we're not alone here, that there is what I call high intelligence, or greater mind, that we can always connect to. So for me, it was, because I was not brought up religious, for me, it was huge revelation. And from that, I decided that I want to pay it forward. I want to give back to all the women who struggle with constant money worries right now. And I decided to be financial independence mentor. But because I'm deeply rooted in spiritual principles and I'm certified energy healer, I refer to myself as a holistic, because I incorporate very practical money skills, money management, money investing skills, with very important mindset training, mindset rewiring, as well as spiritual laws of abundance that I teach as well. And I help my clients to release the energy blocks that we all carry, that from the traumas in our lives, whether it's a divorce, whether it's maybe problem with your spouse, maybe problem with your children, whatever traumas we experience, we carry them in our bodies. So I'm helping them to release this. So that's what I do now. And I'm very fortunate to create this remarkable life, because I travel and I'm living laptop life. And the beautiful thing is that I work because I want to, not because I have to. And that's what I wish to many, many women who maybe lost hope that it's possible for them, because I was in a very, very dark situation in my life. And I managed to turn this around. So you never know what is waiting for you just around the corner.
It's absolutely true. As women, we're conditioned to be a certain way, act a certain way, stay in that job, get married, have children, don't rock the boat, all of those things. And when, we step out of that mold that we've been placed in, people think we're all crazy.
It's very true. And I believe that women traditionally were in a supportive role. It's like, I cannot manage money. It's like my husband or my partner is better at managing money. I'm not good with numbers. I'm not good with investing. Guess what? All of this is a skill set that you can learn and practice.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you're never too old to learn new things anyway. It doesn't matter if you're 6 or 60 or 106, you can still learn something. So it just takes a bit of change in your mindset that, and because age really to me is just a number. I don't care what anyone says. You're never old.
I call it explorer attitude. I have a very curious mind, right? I
Mhm.
always, especially when I'm afraid of something, that's when I run toward whatever I'm afraid of. In my case, at some point I was afraid to invest. I was afraid to manage my own money successfully. So I had to learn that. Later I was afraid to become a public speaker. I had to learn that. So that's why I emphasize, ladies, and I don't know if you have gentlemen in your audience,
We do, but
but
they can listen. They can listen and take
yeah.
notes.
So I just want to remind you that whatever you want, you can learn how to be good at that, right? And how to use this skill set. So it's all about obtaining the skill set that will help you to live your best rich life. And best rich life is different for everybody, right? So very important that you know what kind of best rich life you want to create, because that's exactly what you will be focused on and you will create.
Absolutely. Totally agree. And I'm full of agreement today. So I've been agreeing with everybody all day today for some reason. I don't know why. Millen, would you like to explain your 4-step holistic system so that women can use to achieve this financial independence?
Sure. I basically, the name of the system, I called it the Millionaire Method, just playing off my name, because it's kind of like my coach said, you have a perfect name for this method. So the Millionaire Method is a holistic system for becoming financially independent. And it was born from reverse engineering my personal experience, my personal journey, because I created financial independence in my life. Now for over 12 years. So first of all, I think it's very important that you develop wealth mindset, that you don't you don't continue being a wealth consumer, which most people are, but you become wealth amplifier, wealth creator, right? So that requires a certain perspective on how you relate to money, how you manage your money, right? It also very important aspect of this is that you notice and focus on solutions, not the problems. We all have many problems in life, but you've got to develop this habit, because we're all creatures of habits. You've got to develop habits to acknowledge the problem, but focus on solution to this problem, right? So all of this, like I'm just briefly giving you the overview of what developing wealth mindset is about. It's crucial. I don't care if you want to have I don't know, mansion and yacht, or you want to just live comfortably in an apartment. Whatever your goals are, if you don't develop this wealth mindset, if you continue being a wealth consumer, not wealth creator and wealth amplifier, financial independence will elude you. It would not be possible. So there are certain things that you've got to make non-negotiable. And if you want to become, if your goal, like mine, is to be financially independent at some point in your life, you have to become an intentional spender, which means that you've got to be able to say no to certain things that are not that important to you, so that you can say yes to things that are most important to you, right? So so that's I'm describing already my second kind of pillar in this method, which is you've got to become savvy money manager of your money, right? So many women have no idea how to manage their money. They don't know exactly what is coming out, what is coming in. And I know that budget is not the most attractive word in our vocabulary, right? It's like diet. There are certain things that you've got to know how to do. I call it money mapping. You've got to map your money, because if you don't tell your money where to go, you will always question where it went, right? So paraphrasing John Maxwell. So it's money mapping. Basically, you're saying, okay, I will spend on my lifestyle like 60 or 70%, or maybe 50%. And the rest I will put in a short-term saving, long-term saving, and investing. So I'm just going really quick over every kind of pillar in my method that helped me to control my money, so money doesn't control me. I hate when money controls me. When I'm like, oh my God, how can I bill this bill, unexpected bill from the dentist and stuff like that? No, you've got to map your money in a way that if something happens, you're not panicking because you prepared for this, right? And money likes respect and likes purpose. So that's what I call money mapping. It's part of becoming savvy money manager of your money. And also, and I see the results in my clients. I mean, it's amazing because they start looking at the money tracker, which, that's what I provide to them. And they say, oh my God, my business is spending too much. I'm not making enough income. So when you become familiar with your money, you will be able to tweak your business, to tweak your personal spending, etc. It's a very important mechanism that will allow you to optimize your personal life as well as your business life as it comes to managing your finances, right? So that was the second pillar, which is become financially savvy. The third pillar is you've got to become strategic investor, because you see, in the second pillar, we save more money, right? We optimize our cash flow in a way that we don't just burn through everything that we receive. We've got to be intentional spenders, which means that we purposefully allocate certain amount towards savings. Savings are seeds for your wealth, but then you have to plant the seeds and grow them, right? That's how you grow your wealth. And I'm a big fan of strategic investing, not just investing because someone said this crypto is hot right now, buy this or buy this stock and stuff like that. Excuse me. I'm not doing this at all, because I'm teaching my clients how to create lasting wealth. You create lasting wealth when you invest strategically, when you allocate your investment portfolio in a way that reflects the current situation. For example, right now we in a very challenging phase in terms of inflation, right? So regardless of the country, inflation is raging everywhere. So you've got to be very mindful of this. Stock market is in a bear territory, meaning in a like negative trend. The same with cryptocurrency. So it's a very challenging time when it comes to investing. And strategic investing, why I emphasize the importance of this, includes what I call asset allocation. So you've got to diversify in different assets so you will not lose your short, so to speak, and you will not lose your sleep at night, because that's what happens to some of the women who come to me and they like, I lost all my money in 2008. I was afraid to invest, and it was a great time to invest from 2009 and 10 until last year. So they lost this and they feel like, oh, maybe I should invest right now. And I'm saying at the moment, it's not the right time, because we're still on a downward trend, and the trend is your friend. You cannot find the trend, right? So you've got to know how to manage your risk. That's part of strategic investing. And there are many other things that I also teach. So that's the third pillar. And the fourth pillar is, as we spoke a little bit before we started this show, is what I call practical spirituality. You've got to be able to realize that you are not alone, right? That every thought that you think, has a frequency, right? So we live in a vibrational world. Our physical existence is a small part of this world, right? So we also spiritual beings, and your actions and your thoughts and your choices all have kind of vibrational equivalent. And that's why many people say it's very important to be very clear about what you want and visualize it, and imagine that you live in this in the present tense. Because by doing that, by having clear intention of what you want to create, and by having by feeling emotional what I call elevated emotions, and emotions of gratitude, of joy, of enthusiasm attached to this vision, you're basically creating this this image of your life in a vibrational world, right? And then by becoming in alignment, in alignment with this frequency, you will be able to manifest this in a physical world. So I don't know, for some people it may sound like woo-woo, but I'm telling you that it works, and we use it all the time. And you know, some people teach only that, like some money coaches, they focus on law of attraction and mindset. And I think it's very important to to know this and practice all this healthy, supportive money habits in terms of thinking, in terms of behavior. And it's also very important to be very mindful about your choices, be very intentional with your spending, as I mentioned before, and be very intentional with what skill sets you want to attain in order to create the life that you want to have. And rich life, like I said before, has different definition for different people. For some people, it's a mansion and 2 yachts and 2 helicopters. For other people, it's living in a beautiful place with a clean air, with a safe environment, etc., and just maybe traveling or something like that. So it's very important that you know what you want, and you use this image to motivate you to do what needs to be done to accomplish this kind of lifestyle that you want to create for yourself and for your family.
Your money is only a vibration anyway.
Money has dual nature, actually, right? Money definitely has a spiritual nature or energetic nature, right? So you can say, I'm afraid of money, or I need to chase money, and you will be in trouble for the rest of your life, right? That's how that's your attitude toward money. Or you can say money is a valuable resource, and you know, I'm a money magnet or something like that. So this alone, affirmations, if you say them but you don't really feel them, with, you know, because that creates kind of dissonance, right? So you've got to really develop this conviction that yes, money is available resource, available to other people, available to you, and there is plenty of money in the world, and some of this money can be yours, right? So we receive when we are in action. We receive when we serve other people, when we provide services that will help people to help themselves, right? So that's how it works. But thinking that money is just pure kind of amount in a bank and nothing, there is no energetic aspect to this. It's just not a correct and not healthy attitude.
No,
I develop attitude that money is my friend. Money is a friend who has my back. And I don't chase money, because you never chase friends, right? Like if you have to chase your friend, then it's probably not a good friend for you. So just just find what works for you. And there are so many things that I would like to share with you as part of this money mindset and practical spirituality, but it will take much more than 1 hour or 2 hours, because that's what I teach for months with my clients.
Millen, thank you so much for sharing that information. That was really thought-provoking, and it's timely, because we need to change the way we think about money. It's taken me a long time to change my attitude to money, and to be grateful that that I have a $2 coin in my wallet, and I thank my money every day for being there and providing me with the food that I eat and the clothes that I wear, and the rent that I pay on my house. So if you don't thank your money and appreciate it, it won't do anything for you, because you need to love your
100%.
money.
I love what you said, because gratitude is very, very important, and appreciating what you have will help you to have more. Like what you
Absolutely.
appreciates, right? So it's very important aspect of wealth mindset.
It doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, but you will notice a change eventually. And the universe works in its own timeline. It doesn't work on yours. So
Yes, and it's not only time; it takes practice, because just because it will take more time. Without practice, it will not happen. So you have to be very intentional what you want to practice. And remember that your mind is like a puppy. You need to train your mind, right? You can say, no, we're not going there. Oh, I need money. I'm poor, etc. You're not going there, because poverty starts with a poverty mindset. So that's why it's so important to focus on developing wealth mindset. That's why I emphasize this in my training with all my clients.
Really great advice. Thank you for sharing that. Millen, where can people find you if they'd like to either purchase your books or work with you, or just find out a bit more information about what you offer?
So first of all, I provide a ton of free resources, right? And if that's what you want, you welcome. On my website, daretochangelife.com, there is a blog, and you can read articles on all these pillars that I described today, right? I have a YouTube channel called Millen Livis Channel Wealth. You can find episodes from my show. I have a show, More Money with Millen, where you can learn about how to invest, about index funds, about investing in gold and silver, about diversifying your portfolio. You can find all of this information in a video format on my YouTube channel, Millen Livis Channel Wealth. You can buy my very inexpensive books on Amazon. The first book is A Shift Toward Purpose, Secrets to an Amazing Career. And it's a very inspirational book about my transition from being very corporate to being very entrepreneurial woman. And the second book is A Shift Toward Abundance, Secrets to Financial Freedom, where I talk about duality of money. And so it has a combination of some spiritual aspects of money and very practical aspects, like how do you invest, how you diversify, and things like that. So these are books. And then if you want to talk to me, because I actually, I often ask, like, what do you think I should do? And I'm like, I need to know your situation, your circumstances, right? Because we're all different where we start. And so I want to offer a complimentary consultation. It's called Never Worry About Money Again with me. It's a 30 minutes consultation where we will look at your particular situation, identify your current roadblocks and strategies how to remove them, and what would be the best next step for you to take at this moment, so that you will get closer and closer to your ultimate goal of being financially independent, creating generational wealth, or whatever your goal is, right? So to book this consultation with me, you can go to speakwithmillen.com, speakwithmillen.com, and you can book this consultation. I would be happy to provide you additional resources based on where you are and where you want to be. So
How very generous.
I think it's plenty, right? And by the way, the value of this consultation is $500, but it's free to your audience.
Oh, thank you. That's excellent. Love that. So there you go. Go to speakwithmillen.com and you'll find and book a consultation with her. I'm sure she'll be able to help you. I think I might go and do that. Millen, thank you so much for your time today. I was wondering if you have something that you'd like to share, some words of wisdom, perhaps.
I just want to say that many people feel like, oh, maybe I'm so far behind, or it was possible for her, but it's not possible for me, and things like that. And I'm saying that don't wait, don't procrastinate. You never know what is possible for you until you start your journey. Start the journey. You know, the best time was 20 years ago. The next best time is right now, because we financially, in terms of financial situation, we have to be very vigilant. We have to take responsibility for our own financial life. Nobody else will take care of you, not the government, and maybe not even the partner or children. You've got to take responsibility for your financial life and start today. Don't wait.
Great words. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Millen, thank you so much. It's been an absolute pleasure learning from you today. I've really enjoyed our time together, and I hope to talk to you again soon.
Thank you so much, Rose. Thank you. And thank you, everybody who is listening to us today. Thank you for your time. I really appreciate that you're willing to learn everything about your money.
You've been listening to Talking with the Experts, hosted by Rose Davidson. Make sure you have a look at our back catalogue over at talkingwiththeexperts.com, and be sure to subscribe to our podcast so you don't miss out on any episode. We look forward to your company next time. Talking with the Experts.